There are so many ways of being despicable it quite makes one's head spin. But the way to be really despicable is to be contemptuous of other people's pain. From Giovanni's Room, 1956, Baldwin 100 years ago, on May 30th, a 19-year-old black male named Dick Rowland attempted to enter the Drexel Building elevator, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Reports suggest he stumbled entering the rickety elevator and unintentionally touched an equally startled white girl named Sarah Page. Sarah screamed. Rowland runs away, triggering someone on the first floor who accused Rowland of ripping her dress and wrapping her. While Sarah Page denied that either event happened, her utterances did not stop the mob from hunting Rowland down and jailing him. That scream and the subsequent community-wide repeated lie triggered the worst terrorist event in U.S. history. White folks terrorized the historic self-sufficient Greenwood section of Tulsa the evening of May 31st on into the morning of June 1st, in an all-black neighborhood affectionately called Negro Wall Street. Negro Wall Street got its name from the founder of Tuskegee University, Booker Washington, in 1905. Rumors circulated into the Greenwood section of Tulsa that the white mob gathered outside the jail had detained and lynched Rowland. However, Rowland was jailed but was not lynched. According to the Oklahoma Historical Society, lynching was a form of punishment primarily reserved for highwaymen and cattle rustlers prior or Oklahoma statehood. However, lynching took on a more sinister terroristic and racist tone after Oklahoma statehood. From 1906 to 1940, Oklahoma was ranked 13th in the total amount of lynchings. Before Oklahoma statehood, most of the reported Oklahoma lynchings occurred among Oklahoma's non-African descendant community. After statehood, most of the lynchings occurred among people of African descent. The rumor of lynching sent an emerging and empowered black community into action in defense of Rowland. Greenwood residents confronted the white mob. Some of those residents World War I veterans that had just returned from Europe. Oklahoma black men fought in World War I while U.S. soldiers did not want to fight besides black Americans. The French gladly accepted the black soldiers and their sacrifices. According to Krebs, Black Americans came out of the war keenly aware of the injustices they faced at home, more confident of their own abilities, and more willing to fight for their civil rights. Reverend Harold Cooke, one of Tulsa's most outspoken white supremacists, went so far as to claim that treating African American soldiers on the same plane as white soldiers was the leading cause of the race massacre. Tulsa World, 31, May 2020. Contemporary literature describes a rapidly changing America and Oklahoma social and racial environment during the early 1900s. From 1900 to 1920, the Oklahoma black population tripled,